Golfers, did that look familiar to you? You're 30 yards away from the green, you chunk it, then you blade it over the green, then you finally hit it on, or worse, you hit it back over, then you hit it on, and then you 2 or 3 putt. So you make a 6 from 30 yards. Well, if that looks familiar, stay tuned. I see a lot of people fail at this shot for 3 key reasons. One, they think they're going to screw this shot up. So they believe that they're going to chunk it or they're going to blade it. 2, they don't rotate enough with their body, which leads to then they have to use their arms and wrists too much. So stay tuned. We're going to get into how to hit this shot. Simple setup, just using our body and taking the wrists out, and something that you can repeat every single time and get this thing over the bunker, over the rough, out on the green. Welcome back to episode 4, part of our series, How to Break 100, Get into the 90s. If you've been following along, we covered what you need to do to get into the 90s. Then we went into putting. So how to work on your putting to help you get in the 90s, and then chipping, how to hit a low shot. That'll help you get on the green every single time. If you haven't watched those, go back and watch those. Those are critical. Those are the foundation for getting in the 90s. And then today I want to go over pitching, how to hit a high shot. So before we get into how, I want you guys to understand what I see wrong a lot that causes people to fail at this shot. And then, of course, make big numbers. So first thing, number 1, it's a belief that you're going to hit the shot bad. I've had so many of my golfers, we go out on the golf course, and we have like this shot. And he's like, oh, I'm going to blade it over the green. And then what happens? They end up blading it over the green. Or, I'm going to chunk it, and then they chunk it. Or they think they're going to chunk it, and then they blade it. So, 1, we have to have some belief. We have to have some confidence. And when we have thoughts of hitting bad shots, when we get that fear, that's when we tense up. That's when we pull the club towards us. That's when we stop. That's when we don't trust our body. It's when we don't trust our practice to make the motion that we need to hit the golf shot correctly. The fear does just bad things in golf. So take a deep breath, relax, and then try and practice with tension. That's something you can do as well. Number 2 is a lack of rotation with the hips and the chest and the arms. So when we do that, to create power, then we just have to use a lot of arms and wrists. When we use the arms and wrists a lot, that's when we get inconsistent. And then I see that when we flip at it, that leading edge gets exposed, and that's where you get the blade. Or that's where we get the trunk too. We just use the wrist, we don't rotate. So teach you a simple system on how to hit this shot every single time, just using our body. All right, so here's a 4-step system on how to hit this pitch shot nice and high every single time consistently if we can. Number 1, I want you guys to have feet together if you can. Feet together. If it does make it easier for you, get feet a little wide, shoulder width apart, somewhere in between feet together, shoulder apart. But what feet together does, it forces us to be more rotational with this. When we get feet further apart, then we can tend to sway versus rotating. Number 2, I want you to try, when on these closer shots, just take the wrists out of it and just rotate everything together. Not use your wrists. Rotate everything together. Number 3, I want you to really make sure you brush the grass. Get down in that grass. And then 4, I want you to follow through and then feel like your belt buckle, your chest, your hands, and your club are pointed at the target. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, feet together. 2, we have to create some rotation. So we're going to create rotational forces with the shot. Number 3, brush the grass. Number 4, follow through. And then stay tuned, and I'm going to give you an easy drill that can help you find the bottom of the golf swing. All right, let's hit this shot. I got my 60. You can use any wedge that you want for this shot. Obviously, a 60 is going to go higher than a 56. 56 should go higher than a 52. But we're trying to hit a high shot, so we're going to want to use a lofted club. So let me go ahead and put everything together, I'm going for that red flag. I'm just trying to land it. Also, visualize a landing spot. Want to land it just on the green. And I'm going to rotate everything together, brush the grass, follow through. Let me hit another one. So notice too on these shots, I have nice extended left arm. I follow through nice extended right arm on this. And then I'm watching the back of the ball. All right, so those are pretty good shots for me. Next series, next episode, we're going to get back as we get further back, how we're going to add the wrists back into it to create more power. But on shorter shots, we're going to try and take the wrists out of it. That's going to create the same amount of force, but we're going to create rotational force every time. So a simple drill that you can work if you're struggling with contact. And as long as we follow through, we can hit a little bit behind the ball. We don't have to hit the ball perfectly every single time. We don't have to hit the ball first. We can hit a little bit behind it. But if you're struggling with that, what I want you to do is get a tee. I want you to really work on hitting the tee out of the ground. Using that motion that we talked about, rotating, hitting down the ball, following through. So that's a real simple drill for you that you can work on. Again, remember, we want feet. We're going to start 4 things. We're going to start feet close together. We're going to rotate hips, everything together. And then if we get a little technical, the club would be down our toe line. Then we're going to follow through. We're going to brush the grass. 3, brush the grass, follow through. Club, chest, belt buckle, everything pointed at our target. So that's the 4 simple steps. And then next episode, we're going to move further back, how to hit longer shots as we add the wrist back in. So remember, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if there's anything else you guys need help on. If you're struggling with this technique, let me know too. I can post some additional drills on YouTube for you guys. Let me know how it goes. All right. Remember to share, like, comment, subscribe.